Hey everybody, this is Shawn Powell. Look, I want to talk about something, though I love traffic hurricane, and yes, it'll fit for it. This is going to be very, very universal. I want to talk about what I found to be the keys to how to do any online business. And to be honest, y'all, the best part is this can be the shortest video I've ever made. And the reason that's a good thing, to be honest, is because it doesn't take a lot. I think a lot of times people complicate things a whole lot more than what's really needed. There's just certain keys of things that you need to focus at and get really good at, and that's what I'm going to talk about. Um, this is where I'm at right now in Traffic Hurricane. If you're not in it, do it. That's about the only thing I'm going to say about it right now. Okay, let me get over here. This is on my timeline right here, and these are the keys to making online business work. They're the ones I use, and this is one of the little advertisements I used using Canva that I created, and it's motivational. Some of the things I do for my Facebook group and my timeline. I want you to watch this, y'all, because I was able to pretty much put everything that needed to be said right here. Okay, all people really have to do is find a business they believe in. Okay, first of all, y'all, you've got to do that. If you don't, if you are doing a business, you're not really behind 100%. The roadblocks you hit, you're going to quit. You're not going to come across as sincere to people. I can tell you that also, and that makes a big, big part. That's a part you really can't hide, and that's a very important part. And you need to quit hiding behind funnels. You need to be the business. If Power Lead Systems went out of business tomorrow, guess what? I'd still make it because people get to hear what I have to say. If nothing else on YouTube, that'll work. And I tell you something else too. Even if I had a very weak funnel system, and I was promoting with let's say YouTube or even Facebook as far as that goes, people would get a chance to see what I think about a business, and I would hammer at it and just keep going. And I've got the right mindset to make any business that I'm doing going to work, right? So if I'm doing a YouTube video and my funnel sucks, or worse, I don't even have a funnel. All I have is just a description with a sign up page right here. I could still get signups in at work. I'm not saying it's the best way to do it, but that's what believing in your business does. You see what I'm saying? To me, belief in a business has got to be there because if not, why would it motivate you to put so much time and effort into it? And it will take work. To me, it doesn't feel like work, but it does take work, to getting out there, getting seen, showing people what you think about your business and making it work, building it. So to me, if you don't believe in the business, I think you're going to struggle. I would never join a business just because somebody I know makes money in it. I wouldn't join a business just because someone else I respect is doing the business. If I'm not feeling it, I'm not doing it. That's it. And I'm gonna tell anybody, always be that way. If I promote something to you and you don't like it, you're not gonna hurt my feelings. You really am not. You know what I'm saying? I get so many people in my downline from Power Lead Systems that don't do, my primary business. My objective with Power Lead Systems is to be there for my people if they're in my primary businesses or not. You see what I'm saying? So if I feel like there's some insight, even though if I don't do that business, I've already basically figured out by the price of it, how the business pays, how things work. If I can get the gist of it, I can just about tell them which direction to go in just because of things I've taught myself by applying action and learning from it, not just for getting leads. Leads is one thing. Getting them to convert, getting them to sign up and becoming active in the group, whatever it needs to be, that's something entirely different. That's something that is entirely different. So you can get 200 leads in something, but if they're not the right kind of people or the right avenue of getting down, you're going to struggle with it. You see what I'm saying? So that's the things I can. I'll give you an example. Got a really good guy named Thomas. He does MCA. Okay, big organization. A lot of respect. A lot of people make a lot of money off of it. I'm not part of it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not knocking it. Please don't think I am because I don't know anything about it to be honest. Yet, I've seen him do really, really well. I want him to do well. If he contact me saying, "Hey man, I really need some help with this or something," I would listen to whatever he's got saying and lay down and tell him, this is what I think you need to do. Obviously, you're going to learn by applying action yourself, but this is what I would suggest. And that's to me, that's what my job is for people in power lead systems. Okay, I don't want to get too sidetracked here. Okay, so all people really have to do is find a business they believe in. If you don't believe in, if you don't think you're going to be able to put the work in, if you don't think you're going to get this and dominate it, it's probably not the right business. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that. Okay? Apply action and get comfortable doing so. I want you to listen to this, y'all. That means every day that I'm going to be doing YouTube videos, I'm going to be doing Facebook, I'm going to be whatever avenue that you want to do. Now, that doesn't mean you got to do my YouTube or Facebook. It doesn't matter what you do. It's the fact that you're doing something, you're learning from everything that you do, and you're getting comfortable doing so. I would say Facebook group posting is probably one of the toughest things I've seen people not get, to be honest. And it's so easy. A lot of people just run into that. They don't have the right mindset. They're thinking about it incorrectly. They don't have the patience for it. They think it takes too much time. Things of that nature. When I can get some sick lead numbers from Facebook groups, but all of it still sort of falls into place. I believe in the business. I'm educated in the business I'm doing, obviously. And then on top of that, I am also asking myself, is Facebook the right place for this business? I'm not talking about my timeline. I'm not talking about my Facebook group. I'm not talking about people who already know who I am. That's different. Cold leads, getting out to the new people. If you see my video the other day, I said if you had to choose between 15 minutes in a Facebook group and then the rest of the day getting out to cold leads, I would take that every day, as opposed to 15 minutes of getting out to cold leads on Facebook or wherever you're going or wherever you're doing, and then spending the rest of the day inside that Facebook, inside that Facebook group. To me personally, that's just being a cheerleader. Yes, it's important. It's very important. And if you don't feel like getting out in the cold, into them cold groups, it is applying action. Now, don't get me wrong with that. Just don't get your priorities so backwards that you wind up being a cheerleader in the Facebook group for me when I bring them in here. And that's all you're doing every day. Because you're really doing more for me than you are for you. You see what I'm saying? Now, of course, I want us to help each other and stuff. That's great. Now, there is something different. If you're doing just paid advertising and you're putting your people and you're hammering away at the email marketing, hammering, that they get to know who you are. You got to know who you are, y'all. And you tell them, y'all, friend me, get in this Facebook group. You got to get in this Facebook group. Put the link in there, and you just keep hammering that until they do it. And then when they get there, they get to see you posting all over that Facebook group. That's motivational. So again, there's certain little things that's a give and take. If I'm doing Facebook and that's the way I'm getting out the people, and then I want them to get into the Facebook group, that's really two different things. It's like a left hand and a right hand. It's not the same. You know what I'm saying? It's really a lot different. But if I was doing paid advertising, then I'm already, you're paying for it. Then just make sure you're doing everything right for it. My opinion, paid advertising, y'all, number one thing you can do in paid advertising is get to that next level. Next level is going to be making your own landing pages, your own sales pages, branding yourself. People join people. And if they don't get a chance to see who you are and know who you are, you're going to struggle. You're always going to struggle. That's why my videos mean so much. That's why my presence on Facebook means so much. It makes a difference, y'all. It really makes a difference. The one who is real timid, who is going to struggle. I see people that hit the ground so excited running. I was, man. I'm gonna tell you, my feet were spinning so fast, and I wasn't even on the ground yet. I was like, man, just get me on the ground. That's all I got to do. Bam, I'm going. I might not even going in the right direction, but I'm getting somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And that's, I can see people when they're like that. And the great part is they're not scared to apply action, and they're making a name for themselves right from day one. Those are the ones in a year's time or 2 years' time, they're going to get known for who they are and what they're doing. You got the other ones spending a lot of money, hiding behind a funnel that's not even them. And after about a year or so, they get tired of spending money and wonder why it ain't working. When you have this other guy sitting right here is getting free from a job, someone like me, and all I ever did was apply action. You see what I'm saying? So apply action, getting comfortable doing so is definitely the answer. Focus, and this is real big, y'all. Every word here is exactly what it needs. Focus at one way of getting out the people and master that one way. Okay? Focus at one way of getting out the people and master that one way. If you notice, I did not say focus at YouTube. I didn't say focus at Facebook. I didn't say focus at solo ads. I didn't say focus at Craigslist. I didn't say focus at anything. I said focus at one way. What does that mean? Every avenue, every avenue is going to make it for you if you master that way. If you master that way, put the time into it, learn from it, good or bad, doesn't matter. One's just as good as the other. It's never a problem, y'all. If you screw up, that's great. Look at how much you've learned. You understand? Online business is one of the best ways that screwing up can benefit from you. Believe me, y'all. Just be a go-getter and learn from everything. I screwed up a lot at times. I've been accused of things and stupid mess, and all I was doing was just applying action. To be honest, didn't know no better or anything like that. But you know what? I didn't ever quit. I didn't never quit. I never have. No one's opinion can never stop what I'm doing. I don't care whose it is. I can respect somebody as much as anybody in online business. And if they come up to me and told me that they thought I was doing something, whatever, I'd listen, but it's not going to change who I am. It's not going to change what I'm doing. If something I know works for me, an opinion is just an opinion. And everybody, y'all, you get to do what you're doing, but do something differently. If this guy over here does this thing and I do this and do this, I'm not worried about it. You pick an avenue, whichever way that is, master that one way, and listen, y'all, this is real important. No, notice that's the big letters. Is it the only big letters here? I think it may be the only big letters here. It's that important, y'all. No, knowing this, y'all, that you are not going to quit. It's just as important as believing in the business. It's just as important as applying action and getting comfortable with it. That is just as important as any part of it. Put that together and freedom will come. Y'all, it's very rare because if you really think about how long my videos are, you would think, oh, you got to learn this, you got to learn this, you got to learn this. You don't. You don't. This is it right here, y'all. This is absolutely everything I've learned. If there was any word I felt like I possibly have missed, sincerity. That's the first word that popped into my mind. And I think the main reason it popped in my mind because I believed in the business so much. I believed in the idea of it working, and I understood that I needed to apply action. If I wasn't getting seen, I'm not going to grow. If I'm not getting seen, I'm not saying some link of somebody else who's promoting something that they don't get a chance to see who I am, followed up by autoresponder email that they still don't get to see who I am. And I could be in the Facebook group posting myself, and I'd be their sponsor and won't even know it. To me, that's failure. That's a huge failure. You need to let people know what you think about your business. And if you believe in the business, they're going to be impressed. There's just no way. It's like being in love. I keep saying that, y'all. It's the same thing. Apply action and get comfortable with it. I don't care if you have a rough week with applying action when you're starting off. It's not a problem because guess what? You've already made that mind up. You made your decision. You're not going to quit. If I made that decision right here, y'all, I can tell you, or don't think I was any different. When I got in Facebook, I want you to listen to this, y'all, because y'all, it's going to blow some of your minds, okay? When I got in Facebook, I was 40-some-year-old man. I didn't give a damn about Facebook. My idea of Facebook was taking pictures of my little boy at Myrtle Beach on vacation and coming home and uploading it to Facebook. But get this, it wasn't to share with people. It was a fallback so that if something ever happened to my pictures, I would have a fallback for them another way because that's how important it was. That was Facebook for me. So for me to take this, and I was in the Facebook group, and everybody was telling you about how you need to be applying action. And once I understood that people were looking at Facebook incorrectly at cold leads, these work at home, work from home opportunities. If there is 150,000 people in a group, and I know I'm getting seen, what have I got to learn? To stand out. You see what I'm saying? By applying action, it was common sense. So much common sense to online business, but a lot of you aren't going to get that because of two things. You're scared to apply action. You think you got to have a PhD in business before you can do anything. And then secondly, you're all excited. You signed up. You spent $1,000 or 5,000 or whatever. You spend more money than I would, to be honest. And a lot of this stuff, y'all, $5,000 to get started, and you sit right here and guess what? Now you're going to say, I'm going to wait to see what my sponsor does. I'm going to see if my sponsor, y'all, I'm going to tell you what. My first business I got into, my sponsor was doing another business. He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. But you know what, y'all? I'm so glad he wasn't there for me. What I needed, God provided for me. I'm gonna tell you that when you believe in something and you've got enthusiasm, excitement, and I said it before, y'all. I felt like I was just pure gritting my teeth. I felt like there was something in my stomach going to pop out. You know what I'm saying? That's what it felt like. I had a burn in my belly. Do you think that really he helped me more by not being there? Because I learned that I needed to apply action and get seen, and I learned how to do Facebook. I realized, and when I first got in that Facebook group, y'all, that very first day, and I remember it. It was late night. I was on my big old PC, big one, and I remember I felt, have you ever heard that saying? I felt like a fish, a little fish in a pond full of sharks or the ocean. You know what I'm saying? That's what Facebook felt like. And for some reason, I got the most hits from people asking me, was I interested about a business and things of that nature. That night, I don't know. I think people could just sense that I was brand new or something. So I was just as green can get. But y'all, I'm gonna tell you what. In a month's time of applying action, I became that shark in that room. It didn't take long, and before long, I respected other people. Let's see, Phil Snipes. I don't know if you ever see him in there or not, but he used to be real big into it, and I respected watching him. And you know what? I'm willing to bet you he respected me. He might have knew he'd been doing it longer than me. He probably did. He probably seen me when he came in looking like a green fish, a little green around the gills. But the whole point was he, I respected him. You can learn so much by people around you that are not doing the same business you are. It doesn't matter. Online business and success that people are having is obvious sometimes. I learned a lot from Phil Snipes. Has he ever said anything to me? I don't know, to be honest. Maybe a sentence or two, but I will tell you this: he's always put thumb up likes for my posts. And anytime I see him up there, I'll do the same thing. And I even tell people, y'all need to listen to this guy. Put one little line sentence to somebody. But as far as talking back and forth with each other, I don't know. But as far as respect for each other, I know he respects me. You know why? Because I busted my ass. I got free from a job in 6 months with Facebook. And I was that 40-year-old guy who didn't give a damn about it. To me, I understood right from the get-go that this pond was full of fish, big fish, full of fish, y'all. All I had to do was it's not just get seen because I knew it was gonna get seen. I need to learn to stand out, and that's what I did. That's what an avenue teaches you. The reason I'm always talking about Facebook, y'all, is because that was the avenue I picked. I'm not telling you to pick that. I'm telling you to pick one. Pick one way. I didn't say focus at Facebook and get out to people and master that one way. If that is your one way, great. But what did I say? I said focus at one way. It's your way. The way you pick is not as important as what you think about it and the fact that you know you're not going to quit and you know you're going to get comfortable applying action. And that could be solo ads or any of it, doesn't matter. Y'all, I hope that somebody really took this and grasped it because I can tell you, well, I will say this real quick. If you are doing a business like Traffic Hurricane or even Power Lead Systems, or if you got a funnel that has a front end business that's free and then goes into Power Lead Systems and blah, 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 y'all, cold leads on Facebook love it. They will eat it. They will tear it up. They will tear it up. They love anything that's free to sign up to. Traffic Hurricane is a blessing when it comes to that. And guess what? Nobody's promoting it. There's nobody promoting it out there. I'm telling you. I know it for a fact. I get a lot of leads, and most of my active members are coming from there. Now, what do they need to do? Is they need to get the glue. Where do you get that glue? From you. Where do you get the glue? You keep the email, man. You tell them, look, y'all, it's free to do. Sign up. Friend me on Facebook. I'll welcome you into the Facebook group. Then your timeline backs it up. And then you are backing it up in the Facebook group. And then the Facebook group is backing it up for you. And next thing you know, these people that you brought in that were cold leads that like something in the first place have got the big picture and now really want to be part of it. And they know who their sponsor is. It's you. It is that easy, y'all. Now, let me go back a little further. I did a business, Access Elite. I loved the business. It was absolutely incredible. I learned an awful lot. It was $1,000. It was $299 for the administration fees for a year, and it was $1,000 to sign up. Does not work in Facebook because people there want free or cheap. So what did I have to do? I had to learn to shut off an avenue, and I loved that avenue. I loved Facebook, y'all. You know a little bit why I'm so happy with Traffic Hurricane, because it opened that avenue back up for me. It opened up. It's like cutting one of your arms off. Now, yes, I knew how to make Access Elite work. How did I learn how to do it? Because I joined it, I believed in it, and I knew damn well I was going to make it work. I knew I was going to make it work. But what did I have to do, y'all? Is I had to focus at one way of getting out to people, which was YouTube. And that's all I did was hammer away at Access Elite. Hammer there and then, on my Facebook group. Telling them basically the same thing, that need to get into my Facebook group. So prices of things can make a difference. So do take that in consideration. High price volume, high price things that don't have a free front end or a low price to come in at the front end, you will struggle on Facebook. And I can already tell you, in general, it doesn't matter what the business is. So that's what I learned by applying action. And this is what makes you valuable. It's what makes you valuable not only to yourself, to your downline, but to the Facebook groups you're in as well for the business. Because you learn by applying action. And people respect that. All right, y'all. I wanted to end the video here. Just want to let you know that this right here, y'all, this one, how many sentences is that? 2 sentences? 3 sentences. This 3 sentences right here, y'all, is the way. That's the keys for getting freedom. It absolutely is. So I hope somebody takes this and shuts out everything else you know, because to be honest, I know I'm right. I know I'm right. I know I'm right. And like I said, me, Frank Calabro, me, Rob Fraser, me, whoever, it doesn't matter. We may all do things differently. When it's all said and done, we had all this in common, y'all. These are things that are necessary because there's the keys. If you're not in Traffic Hurricane, go ahead and get in, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that this thing's going to be a beast. I don't know of an easier way for people to get into something, get excited about it, overcome their income, change their life. And look, y'all, every time that you look down there and you see where you're at, you know that every ad pack number, there's going to be a certain number you'll be able to get freedom. Open your mouth, get people out there, start getting them to build their business. The business is going to double about every 2 months, month and a half, 2 months. I don't know of any business that does better than that, to be honest. I would do it. I would focus at it. If you notice, I made really good money at Access Elite and other businesses. Where am I focusing at for the last 2 months straight, y'all? This. I'm doing it for a reason. Okay. Click the link down below, y'all. And like I said before, sign up at minimum, friend me on Facebook, and I'll welcome you to the Facebook group. I appreciate y'all.